Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. Thank you for click this video. Actually, today I'm gonna explain about teaching English for receptive skill. Check it out. Before we are going further discuss about the activities and an overview of teaching English receptive skills, we need to know what is meant by skills itself. Actually, a skill is defined as the ability of someone to do something well with their expertise. So it means that someone who has skill, it's not directly starting from they are born. So they need an effort to do something, and then they have a skillful, they have skill in their life. So it means skill. It's quite different with the ability that we have start from when we were born. So skill means we need an effort to do something well, so we can be expertise in that. Well, actually, there are 4 types of communication skills that are taught in language classroom activities, particularly in English. They are reading, listening, writing, and then speaking. As we know that receptive skills is listening and then reading. Okay, as a teacher, actually it's challenging to teach receptive skill, to develop students' receptive skill, particularly when the students are speaking with fluent or even with native speakers. It might be there are several problems that happens while the students and the native speakers are speaking. For example, the students' culture of Indonesia itself, and then the students misinterpreting the meaning of the native speaker says, or even the connections because of the grammar rules that the students cannot engage the meaning in systematic way. So it might be difficult for the teacher to teach receptive skills as well. Well, similarly, it happens to reading. The students of English, foreign language students might be confused with the grammar structure of English itself. When they read and then there might be misinterpreted in the meaning of the text, it might happen in the classroom. So here the difference is when the students are listening to native speaker, the students cannot repeat what the native speaker says, and then they might be lost the meaning. They do not know what the native speaker says. But reading, the students can back on the track, and then they reread again the text, and then might see the the dictionary, what is meaning of the tags, and then that's quite different with listening and then reading activity for receptive skill. Well, to minimize the problems that might be happened in listening and reading classroom activity, the teacher might choose appropriate authentic materials, probably in the internet, or choosing the recent topics related to current issues that's happening, and then the students of course will accustom with the materials as well, because it happens nowadays, or its authentic materials, its current issues, that the teacher asking the students to do activities in listening and then reading activity in a classroom. Again, however, the authentic materials that teacher choose can't demotivate students if the materials isn't applicable into their interests. So at the beginning of the classroom activity, previously I always said that we need to observe the students' characteristic, the students' level of skills, the students' interest, so that will make the teacher easier to adapt learning activities in the classroom, to adapt what is appropriate approach, method and techniques that could be implemented in teaching English. Particularly here, the material is receptive skill for listening and then reading activity. Well, here I will explain 3 stages that might be implemented in teaching listening or even teaching reading. Okay, stage number 1 is pre-teach vocabulary. What is the stage? The stage means that the teacher might predict the vocabulary that probably cannot be predictable by the student. So the students know the keywords and then what are the words or vocabularies that they cannot predict the meaning. Okay, the next stage is gist listening or gist reading. What is that? Gist means after the activities of listening and reading, here the teacher give tasks, for example like matching or true false, so the teacher knows the students' knowledge related to the recording or the text that have been given to the students. Okay, next, the last activity is detailed listening or detailed reading. Here, after the activities of listening the recording or reading the text, the teachers give questions to the students, of course related to this or focused on the specific language that given in the text or information that given in the recording. Well, in short, teaching receptive skills for teaching listening and reading is quite challenging for teachers as well, because I do believe that most of students do not like to read at all or listen to the native speakers as well. That's why in providing or developing students skills in listening and reading, the teacher need to give appropriate activities. For example, the first one, using the authentic materials as well. Choose current issues that the students really interest, and then the second one, we can use applicable media to explore their their interest. For example, using social media that the students mostly used to listen. For example, YouTube, the students can listen to the podcast on YouTube, or reading for pleasure, for example on Wattpad. So here the activities of teaching receptive skills would be very happy and then fun with the students' interest and based on the level of students itself. Well, thank you everyone for your attention. That's all my short explanation related to teaching English for receptive skills. Hope you can implement any kinds of activities related your students' interest and students' level of knowledge. Good luck and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.